Welcome back to the channel, you little hunger monkeys. Before we dig in to this one, some quick and easy high protein breakfast you can whip up in literally 5 minutes. Can we all just take the opportunity to give the video a like, and whilst you are there, subscribe, because it will really help me and help more of you lovely lot see my videos in the future. Also, you are going to have to watch me make a full coffee, because caffeine is pretty much the glue holding my life together right at this very moment in time. And just a quick disclaimer whilst we get into the video, I absolutely do not advocate to consume coffee immediately after making it with boiling hot water. But let's jump into the video, and the first of our breakfast is going to be a protein mug cake, which pretty much takes 2 minutes to make. What you're going to need is 1 scoop of whey protein. I'm using the USN Blue Lab Whey here, just lost the scooper for it. You're going to need 200 ml of almond milk and some baking soda, is pretty much everything. So what we're going to do first is add in our protein, add in a gram of baking powder or whatever you can find during this crazy time to make it lift. Then we're going to add in our 200 ml of almond milk, but just checking this, and you can use unsweetened, it's completely up to you. It's going to make the calories a little bit lower. Just keep checking back to see if you need to add more milk. Next, we're going to dive in there amongst it, whisk it all together, and make sure that the texture is a little bit sloppy, not too runny. We want it quite thick for it to rise properly. So what we'll do next, after we've mixed that all together, is just pop over to the hot box, i.e. the microwave, and pop it in for about 30 seconds and just keep checking it. If it comes out the microwave looking a little bit like SpongeBob who's just been hit with a mallet, you're pretty sound. I'm just going to top my mug cake with some low-fat Greek yogurt. I picked this one up from Lidl, but you can get it in Tesco and Asda and stuff. I'm just going to bang around 100 grams on top. You can add a little bit more, it's pretty low calorie, it's completely up to you. I just don't want to wreck the mug cake. Next, I'm just going to add some blubs, or blueberries as they're commonly known. I'm also going to add a couple of raspberries to top it off, and then just sprinkle in some cinnamon, which again is optional. The calories for this one are 271, 36 grams of protein, 24 grams of carbs, and 3 grams of fat, which is pretty good going for a breakfast. Next, moving on, we're going to move into my daily fast bowl, which is one of my favourite breakfast dishes. And for those who've been following me since day uno, you will know all about this one. But again, ingredients list is very, very basic and simple. You're not going to need too much for this one. Again, quick disclaimer, it's pretty much just a bowl of oats, guys. It's no modern masterpiece. The first thing we're going to do this one is add some water pretty sparingly to our oats and massage them with some passion and tenderness. I find it helps the oats flourish. Then we're going to pop it into the hot box again for 1 minute. Just check it again every now and again, mix it. I find this is where most people go wrong and end up with porridge that looks like a bog bowl after a Saturday night, as opposed to some smooth looking kind of thing. But next up, once we've got our texture right, just fold it over again, and we're going to add in some frozen raspberries to the mix. You may use fresh ones, and then we're going to fold those in, making sure that each little blossom gets some oat love. Is that what they're called? Blossoms? I really don't know. It's called raspberries. We're going to fold those into the mix, and then we're going to pop it back into the microwave. Whilst that is microwaving up, we're then going to chop our apple, or half an apple, into small edible chunks. It's completely up to you what you do with the other half of the apple. Fridge it, freeze it, bin it, eat it. I'm not too bothered. Once we have done that and our apple chunks are in fine sliced form, we're then going to pull out our oat mix from the hot box, i.e. the microwave, and the first thing that we're going to do is just give it a quick mix again, make sure it's hot enough before we add in a scoop of the Blue Lab USN Whey, vanilla flavour I've chosen to go for here. And then we're just going to massage that in, or fold it into the rest of the porridge, just making sure that there's no lumps in the rest of the mixture, because there's nothing worse than getting a big protein lump at the back of your throat. It's just not what we want to be doing first thing in the morning. Now we're going to be topping the porridge with the apple that we chopped earlier. Quick Blue Peter moment for you there. Of course, we are also going to be adding to the top some cinnamon, because I'm a cinnamon fanatic, so we're going to get that involved. It's very nice to see. And then we're going to save the best bit until last, a nice healthy portion of peanut butter, i.e. 20 grams. So the calories for this one are 548. We're getting 37 grams of protein, 67 grams of carbs, and 16 grams of fat. Now, breakfast number 3 is going to be protein French toast. This one literally takes 5 minutes, and you'll just need some nice bread, not that cheap horrible stuff, some almond milk, and half a scoop of whey, and an egg. Essentially, all you are going to be doing with this French toast recipe is adding everything into a bowl. In which order you decide to do so, I really don't care. I've decided to add the egg first, and then I'm using 60 to 70 ml of almond milk. Here again, you can use unsweetened if you want to bring the calories down a little bit. Again, I'm going to be using a USN Blue Lab Whey because it's awesome. And then we're going to whisk all this together in a bowl until it's nice and smooth. It's not too lumpy. Once we have whisked our mixture, we're going to add a pan to a medium heat and just put the mixture that we have created earlier on just into a bowl, which is a little bit more accessible with larger objects such as a piece of bread. Now, next we are going to pop the piece of bread into our bowl. We're going to slide it in like a young predator entering the pool for the first time, just making sure that both sides are getting nice and wet. Stop it. Then we're going to add this to the pan and do the same again with the other slice of bread. Make sure both sides are getting nice and covered, and then we're going to pop that in to our pan, making sure that they're both nice and secure next to each other before using the rest of the mixture on top of both the slices and spreading evenly. Once the bread is frying, we want to leave that for about 1 to 2 minutes, check it, and then we are elegantly going to flip them and just make sure they're browned on the side we've cooked first, and then we're going to do exactly the same with the other side. Now, I decided to serve my French toast up with a few different ingredients, but it's completely up to you. But I decided to go for some sexy cinnamon, some more blubs or blueberries to the normal human being. Again, I'm going for some fresh raspberries, some dark chocolate, which I just again picked up in Lidl for like £1, and then a low calorie honey. But it's up to you. You can get creative here and top it with whatever you like, but I've included the calories to go with these toppings, so just use MyFitnessPal to calculate whatever you want to use to top the French toast. I just find that a bit of fruit and some dark chocolate go very well together. And then all I'm going to do is I picked up some low calorie honey from Tesco. If you want to use normal honey, that's completely up to you to top with, or if you want to use some kind of skinny sauce or syrup just to run over the top of your French toast, again, that's up to you. But I just like this one. It's nice and sweet and it's not too calorific. And then I'm just going to slow this one down for you just so you get the full effect. Just leave a piece of dark chocolate at the side just to consume with it because it goes quite well. The calories for this one are 519. Protein 24 grams, carbs 69 grams, and 16 grams of fat. And this one tastes pretty much as good as it looks, and I've been having this one very regularly during isolation because it's quick, helps me get some well balanced macros in the bag for the day, and I've been using it as some snacks occasionally as well. Now, have we saved the best to last? Big question. Now this one I'm going to be making the protein pancakes, but without protein powder. So of course, if you watched some of my earlier videos, I'm a sucker for a protein pancake, so that is exactly what we're going to recreate here. For this one, you'll just need half a cup of oats, 1 cup of egg whites, 20 grams of peanut butter, and half a banana. And you can add protein powder if you wish, it's up to you. Now, as you know, I'm an absolute savage when it comes to oil and adding it to the pan just to make sure that the pancakes don't get glued to the pan. Next, all we're going to do is make sure that the pan is hot. I've left it again on about a medium heat. So we're gonna just pop our oats into the pan, caress them over the pan, if that's a thing. Let them enjoy their time in the pan and slowly heat. Just don't have the heat too high because we don't want them cremated. So this is just half a cup of oats that I'm using, just oats that I picked up from Asda or Tesco or pretty much wherever Lucy went shopping for that this week. Once we've spread them out over the pan, we're gonna drizzle our 1 cup of egg whites evenly. Again, you can pick these up from most places online that sell kind of functional foods and that sort of thing, or you can get them in some supermarkets now as well. Then what I'm gonna do, like a fine artist, is just I'll touch up the mixture and spread it evenly so that it cooks evenly across the pan and we don't get a wonky looking pancake. Then as the pancake mix starts to cook, I'll then dive back in there with some more oil, just because my pan is pretty shit and it starts to sick. Now this is the bit where I do get a little nervous, because it's the part where you're either turning into a bit of a pancake hero, or you just end up having pancake all over your hob and have to start all over again. There we go. Of course he's done it. Absolute hero of the hob, but just in case you missed it, here's again in slow-mo, so it's quite satisfying. Next we're going to chop up half a nani, or banana to normal people, and then add our tablespoon of peanut butter in the middle of the pancake before caressing it around. And then we're just going to make sure that the peanut butter is spread evenly over the pancake. It will go a little bit softer to make it more spreadable as you leave it on the pan. And then lastly, we're just going to add our pre-chopped nani onto the pancake, and we are pretty much ready to serve this one up. Now the total calories for this one are 404 calories, 40 grams of protein, 45 grams of carbs, and 12 grams of fat. And that is pretty much the end, and my 4 breakfasts that I've been living on during isolation, to try and get a little bit more protein in there, something that I can get and cook in under 5 minutes and still has a pretty decent protein content. The other thing that I will do is I'll put the link on screen, I'll also put the link in my description box, is my coaching school, which has hundreds of different recipes on, from vegan, vegetarian, high protein. It also has low carb, high carb, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you can scroll through there with lots of different recipes for breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, which will be full video tutorials from myself and Lucy, which you can follow along step by step and whip up some different recipes whilst we are in this isolation period or not. As always, if you enjoyed the video, found it helpful, then please drop it a like and a massive thumbs up. It really helped me out. And whilst you're down there, please make sure that you subscribe to the little red box, and there should be a bell on there. Even hit the notification if you want to see some of my future videos, and drop any comments below, which I will get back to. And apart from that, grab my cap, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys.